So I know everyone here has had dreams growing up as a kid. I know I personally had a lot of dreams. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to even be like an FBI agent. But eventually I realized that there's one thing that stayed true to me since I was a kid. And that dream has still not left me. It's something that I still wanted to do. So I'm going to take you on a little journey of how I realized that dream and how I'm going to basically implement it. My dream, by the way, is to become an executive chef in my own restaurant. So ever since I was a kid, I've always liked cooking. I could remember always watching Food Network, especially inspired by a chef called Emeril Lagasse. I don't know if you've ever guys watched Emeril live back in the day, but he was a great TV personality. He would come in full of energy, charisma, and I really enjoyed how much he interacted with people and made it seem like he was having the greatest time of his life every single episode. And I noticed that when I started cooking, I kind of felt a similar joy as well. So around middle school is when I started experimenting a little bit here and there, so making small dishes like breakfast and whatnot. And then I started going into more family recipes when high school started around and getting more involved in the kitchen. So all the pictures you're going to see, by the way, in this throughout the presentation are pictures of my actual cooking. I took pictures of them and uploaded it because I wanted to share with you guys some of my dishes. So I started a lot. I got more serious into cooking when I got to college because I had that freedom of my own kitchen and not having my mom haggle over me saying, "Oh yeah, you're not. Although I trust you, I don't completely trust you to make dinner for us." So I took advantage of college, took advantage of my first apartment being alone, and really developed my skills. And I started doing Snapchat recipes, and I got a lot of feedback. So I think that's when I realized that people actually enjoy watching me cook. And when I started going back home for vacations like Thanksgiving break or winter break, we would have family parties, and I would be the one that would cook the main dishes. And I got excellent feedback. So people were saying, "Hey, you should start a restaurant." I'm like, all right, well, I guess we'll see. So that's where my drive came from. My drive is when you take a bite of my food and you truly appreciate it, and I could tell by your face that you really like that, what you just ate. That's a feeling that I can't describe. That's really what gives me true happiness, is seeing the people's reaction when they eat my food. So I thought, why not? What are some of the ways I can go about starting my own restaurant? I had no idea where to begin, whatnot. So I thought, why not give you seven tips on how to start a new restaurant. Basically, you're going to start off. You're going to have the right intentions, have a solid business plan. You got to test your menu, and then you got to hire the essential people, secure the funding, and then keep marketing. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on each one of those. So have the right intention. Opening a restaurant can't just be a business venture. You can't just go in, oh, it's something I can make money off of. It's something that really requires a lot of passion. You got to love what you do, and you got to make a lot of sacrifices. So you have to be prepared to take a lot of losses, and if you're not prepared to make those sacrifices, then you're not going to be able to open up a successful restaurant. And have a solid business plan. So that means you got to do your research, you got to do your homework, and that includes market research, knowing what your competitors are offering, pricing, and also have a solid marketing plan, because word of mouth is only going to get you so far, and you really need to take advantage of social media and going out in the community, offering test trials or volunteering at events and giving out free samples, or offering discounts to your customers if you already have one opened up. So location is very important. Whether you want to be in the heart of a city, whether you want to be out in the middle of nowhere, it's going to affect you in terms of how much your rent is going to be, what type of people you're going to get, and the resources available as well in order to actually cook the food that you want. So testing your menu. What a lot of restaurants make as their mistake is that they have too many things on their menu and they experiment way too much. So it's not a bad thing to experiment, but you want to have a certain set of core items on your menu that you know are going to be like the essential part of your restaurant. So that way you can really test those core items and get honest feedback so you know whether the core cuisine of your restaurant is going to be successful or not. And hire essential help. What I mean by that is a lot of people have a tendency to overhire. So you want to make sure you want to list out the things that you need most, the tasks that you need done the most important, and kind of just hire people based on that first. Open things up, see how it's going, and if you need more people, then go ahead and hire more. And securing funding and managing your cash flow. So there's a lot that goes into opening a restaurant, when it comes to time, when it comes to money. So what you really want to do is you're going to have 3 essential costs: the one-time costs, and then you're going to really want to plan for the first 6 months. Because the first 6 months, you're not going to really make money. You're going to have to expect to take a loss. So if you can overcome that bump and expect that, then you're in good hands. And keep marketing. So you're not going to want to stop marketing. You're not going to want to depend on repeated customers. You're going to want to keep expanding and reaching out as much as possible. And the best way to do that nowadays is honestly having a strong presence on social media. So my dream restaurant, what I wanted to do is open a restaurant on the beach, kind of like a cabana-style restaurant where you can kind of sit on the beach or sit inside. Definitely Indian cuisine, because that's what I specialize in, and have a massive bar. So I know many of you guys are going to have like one thing that you really always wanted to do in life, and I'm here to tell you, just go do it, because I know even though it might seem like it's going to be really tough and there's going to be a lot of sacrifices you're going to make, but if it's something that you really do care about, those sacrifices are going to be worth it, and I promise you're not going to regret it. Thank you.